When you thought I took everything from you, I was never taking. I was hiding something sacred. You cried, "Lord, where is my money? Where is my blessing?" But what if I told you, child, your treasure was never lost, only misplaced for a divine reason? Yes, I hid your money, not to punish you, but to protect what I have prepared for you. This is not a message for everyone. This is a message for you, the one who has been praying in silence, wondering why heaven seems so quiet. You've watched bills pile up. You've seen opportunities vanish. You've whispered, "Maybe God forgot me." But I heard every sigh. Every night you fell asleep with empty hands and a heavy heart. You didn't lose your blessing, my child. You just couldn't see where I placed it. What you call delay is divine training. What you call lack is me teaching you vision. Because before I release what's in your hands, I must first transform what's in your heart. This is not entertainment. This is revelation. If you stay until the end, you will see where I've been keeping your provision all along. Listen carefully now. Every word that follows is a key to the place where I hid your money, the place you never thought to look. Child, when you heard me say I hid your money, you thought I meant to take it from you. But listen closely. I never take to harm. I move to protect. What seemed like loss was only me rearranging the path of your blessing. The silence you felt was not absence. It was strategy. I was pulling you away from the noise so you could finally hear my whisper. You prayed for provision, but I was preparing your vision. Because what use is money in the hands of someone who has forgotten peace? I needed you to see that before I fill your wallet, I must first steady your heart. Do you remember the moment you looked at your empty account and felt despair? That emptiness was not punishment. It was space. Space for new wisdom, space for discipline, space for faith that does not break under pressure. I was teaching you how to stand when nothing held you up, how to breathe when fear tightened around your chest. You saw bills. I saw becoming. Every struggle was chiseling away the fear that said you were not enough. Every quiet morning, every tear in the dark, was me shaping you into someone who could carry greater things without losing me along the way. Child, what you called waiting was never wasted. I was building the foundation beneath your future. I was strengthening your roots before I let the tree bear fruit. You thought you needed a miracle of money, but the real miracle was your transformation. I hid your treasure inside your growth, in patience that refused to quit, in gratitude that bloomed in drought, in courage that rose when all else failed. Now the season is shifting, the ground is ready, the lessons have taken root. What I hid is not gone, it has matured, and soon what was hidden will rise into your hands, not as coins, but as clarity, purpose, and unshakable provision. Trust me, child. I never took your blessing. I was only teaching you how to become the kind of soul who can keep it. And now, child, as you begin to see what I have been doing in silence, let me tell you the truth behind it. I never hid your money to punish you. I hid it to teach you how to find it. Because true abundance is not discovered by chance. It is uncovered through wisdom. You prayed for more, but you did not yet understand what more truly meant. I had to lead you through days of scarcity so your eyes could recognize opportunity when it came. I had to show you what emptiness feels like so you would never again mistake greed for blessing. When I closed one door, I watched how you reacted. When the deal fell through, I listened to your words. Did you curse, or did you still believe? You see, child, your reaction was your training. Every disappointment was a map. pointing you back toward what matters. You thought you were losing money, but you were gaining vision. You began to see what I value: honesty, patience, consistency. Those qualities are currency in my kingdom, and they will open greater doors than any paycheck ever could. So I started hiding provision inside obedience. Every time you chose integrity over convenience, I was adding to your account. Every time you gave when you had little, I was multiplying your seed. Every time you trusted me instead of chasing quick answers, I was unlocking what had been held back. What you call a delay is often the moment when heaven balances the books in your favor. I am not slow, child. I am precise. The lesson is simple but powerful. To find what I have hidden, walk in alignment with my principles. Work with excellence, speak with gratitude, give with joy, and expect with faith. That is where your treasure lives, not buried in the ground, but sown in every action you take with a pure heart. And soon you will look around and realize the wealth you sought was already growing in the very soil of your obedience. Stay with me, child. You are learning the rhythm of divine prosperity, and this is only the beginning. Child, I know there were moments when you stood right before the blessing and still could not see it. You looked at opportunity and called it ordinary. You met doors wide open but turned away because they didn't look the way you imagined. You prayed for increase, yet when it arrived dressed as effort, you doubted. You asked me for provision, but when I sent you a task, you called it too small. That is why I had to open your eyes, because the wealth of heaven often hides behind the disguise of work. Do you remember the favor you dismissed because it felt unfamiliar? That was me, testing your discernment. I was teaching you that blessings are rarely wrapped in comfort. The path to abundance is not paved with gold, but with moments that stretch your faith. Each chance you refused out of fear delayed what I had already prepared, but still, I waited. I did not withdraw my promise. I preserved it until you could recognize it. I needed you to learn that what you call coincidence is often divine appointment in plain clothes. Every time you obeyed the quiet nudge in your spirit, you moved closer to what I hid. Every yes to something uncomfortable became a key. You have to understand, child, I never withhold to be cruel. I conceal to be discovered. The blessing is not hidden from you. It is hidden for you. And now, your eyes are adjusting to see the ordinary as holy. You are learning that the next door of provision may not shine, but it will stand firm. The moment you stop judging what I send by how it looks, you will find yourself walking straight into answered prayer. You will realize that I was never silent. I was subtle. I placed opportunity in conversation, favor in inconvenience, and miracles in moments that seemed unimportant. Do not overlook them again. What feels small might carry the key to everything you have been asking for. Keep your heart open, child. You are standing closer to what I promised than you think. Child, you have walked through waiting, through silence, through loss that felt endless. But now, something within you has changed. You are no longer begging. You are believing. You no longer chase what passes. You trust what remains. And this, child, is where the doors begin to open. Faith is not the key you hold in your hand. It is the door itself, swinging wide when you decide to trust me more than your fear. You once prayed for miracles with trembling lips, but now you stand quietly, certain that what I promised will come. That is the sound of maturity, not louder prayers, but deeper peace. Every time you believed me when logic said no, you unlocked another layer of blessing. Every time you thanked me while still waiting, heaven recorded your trust. Do you see it now? Faith was never a test I demanded from you. It was the bridge I built toward your provision. I did not hide your wealth to frustrate you. I hid it so you would learn to find me first, and then watch everything else fall into place. For when your heart chooses belief over fear, your life attracts what heaven already prepared. Do not think faith is fragile. Faith is the sound of footsteps in the dark. It is the strength to keep walking even when sight fails. The world will tell you to hustle, to worry, to calculate. But I am telling you to rest, to expect, to prepare room for what is coming. The money, the opportunity, the peace, they are already on their way, traveling on the path your faith created. Keep believing, child. Every second of trust is currency in the unseen. And when your heart fully opens to me, no gate, no delay, no doubt will stand against what I am about to release into your hands. Child, many think blessings fall like rain from the sky, but the truth is, they rise like rivers from the heart. Gratitude is the soil where prosperity grows. Every thank you whispered in hardship, every smile offered through pain, every act of giving when you had little, that is the language heaven understands. You prayed for more, but I was teaching you to see that more begins with appreciation for what already is. You cannot receive what you refuse to honor. The miracle of abundance starts the moment you stop counting what is missing and start blessing what remains. When you were grateful for the small, you proved you could be trusted with the greater. When you celebrated progress instead of perfection, I saw readiness. The heart that gives thanks in scarcity has already stepped into overflow. Gratitude doesn't change the number in your account. It changes the atmosphere around your life. It turns lack into lessons and struggle into strength. It invites provision not as charity, but as companionship. You thought wealth was found in accumulation, but it is born in appreciation. The one who gives thanks for little always ends up with much. Child, remember this. Money obeys gratitude. It gravitates toward joy, not complaint. It flows through generous hands, not closed fists. When your heart beats with thankfulness, opportunities find you. When you bless others, heaven multiplies the flow. I never wanted you to live chasing. I created you to live receiving, and gratitude is the doorway. Keep your heart soft. Keep your words thankful. Keep your spirit generous. Because the more you give thanks, the more you see that every breath, every sunrise, every provision was never luck, but love. And from that love, true abundance will never stop flowing. Child, now you see what I was doing all along. You thought I hid your money, but I was shaping your soul. I was not keeping wealth from you. I was keeping fear out of you. Because true prosperity is not in what you hold. It's in what no one can take. When you learned to trust me without proof, you became rich. When you stopped panicking over tomorrow, you became free. The world measures abundance by possession. I measure it by peace. You have found what many never do, the kind of wealth that cannot be stolen by loss or time. Do you remember when you used to wake up anxious, counting what was missing? Look at you now. You wake up counting blessings. That shift, child, is the miracle. You have become the vessel I was preparing. You no longer pray from desperation, but from confidence. You know that everything you need is already set in motion. You do not chase, you attract. You do not worry, you command peace. This is the life of someone who finally understands lack was never your enemy. It was your teacher. And now the season of fear is over. You are walking in the flow I designed, a river that never runs dry because its source is me. Your faith has matured into rest. Your gratitude has turned into magnetism. Your obedience has opened every hidden vault. What I once hid, I now reveal. Provision without panic, overflow without striving, wealth without worry. Go forward, child, and build from this peace. Share, bless, give, and trust that I will refill faster than you can pour. For you no longer need to ask, Lord, where is my money? You already know it was never lost. It was always in you, and now the world will see it through you. Child, everything you have walked through was never random. Every empty season, every closed door, every silent prayer, it all had purpose. I was not only restoring your finances, I was rebuilding your faith. And now you understand that what I give is never temporary. What comes from me carries peace that stays, joy that multiplies, and purpose that echoes through generations. You no longer fear the future because you have seen how I move, slowly, perfectly, and always on time. You no longer ask for proof because you've become the proof that faith can turn scarcity into strength and waiting into wealth. Now lift your eyes, child. The hiding season is over. What I concealed is being released. Doors you didn't even know existed are about to open, and favor will follow you where striving once failed. Walk with the calm of someone who knows the outcome is already decided. Speak like someone whose words build worlds. Give like someone who never runs out. For you have learned the secret. Prosperity is not a miracle you wait for. It is a flow you live in. And when the next storm comes, do not panic. Remember this truth. The same God who hid your treasure to protect it will reveal new blessings to expand it. This is only the beginning, child. The lesson of hidden money was never about wealth. It was about transformation. Now that you have become who I designed you to be, greater things await. In the next chapter, I will show you how to release what I've placed inside you, so that others may find me through the overflow of your life. Prepare yourself, child, for what comes next will not just bless you, it will bless everyone connected to you.